Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your weekly reading for May 13 to May 19, 2019. This is for all the Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter sign. Virgo, I've already shuffled, laid out your spread. We're using the Celtic cross. Virgo, let's just jump into your reading. So, Virgo, at the bottom of the deck, you have the Nine of Swords. Yeah. And this is what needs to be your focus. And this is mental energy. This is about worries and fears and concerns. So there's a need for you to focus on coming out of the things that are giving you worries and fears and concerns. Now underneath that is the Five of Pentacles. So there's a need for you to focus on the worries and fears and concerns you have around any lack you're experiencing with your money or in your relationships. Perhaps you may be worried and concerned that no one cares about what you are worried or concerned about, or that no one cares about you. But this is you definitely at least needing to focus on your worries and concerns, whether they are real or perceived, and you need to focus on recovering from that shit. Okay? This here is and can be a debilitating energy where you can find yourself getting nothing done due to being in a fit of worry and a fit of fear. Um, because this can be paralyzing mentally and keep you from doing what you need to do to recover. So I need you to think about that, Virgo, is, where are you going in your mind with these worries and fears, whether real or perceived? Because, are you focusing on recovering, or are you just, in a place of lack and staying there? Because with the Five of Pentacles, even though you may be experiencing lack in your resources or lack in a situation, or took on some sort of hit or loss here, fives do represent change. So there is a way for you to change this, but you're not going to get there worrying, okay, and fearing. This may even be you worrying and fearing the worst about lack or loss with your resources or money or situation. And so I ask you, is this even happening? Did you even experience loss, or you are fearing loss? Because if you think and fear long enough, you will actually manifest this if this isn't what your situation is. So be careful. Either way, Virgo, be careful. Okay? So this is about you needing to work on recovering from the worries and fears that you are experiencing. And if you are lacking in resources or money, or there's some sort of loss in your resources that you are experiencing, this is you needing to get a grip on your worries and fears. And you need to work on figuring out how to recover and take action, because from here nothing's going to get done. Right here, nothing gets done. Nothing. Correction, more gets done, but more of the worst can happen from here. So what are you going to do about it, Virgo? Because this needs to be your focus, and that is to come up out of this shit and bring this to an end, whether it's real or perceived. So change it, Virgo. Now, how you see yourself, Virgo, is you have the Seven of Pentacles, Earth energy. So you may have been taking the time to invest in something. You may have been investing in your money or situation, But whatever you were investing in, it was with looking to having some sort of successful return through your energy and effort. But you also could be analyzing a situation or waiting to see how you need to invest or put energy and effort into a situation with the Seven of Pentacles here. Now, here's the thing. There's some sheep here in the background. And, you know, what I feel about that is you may be needing to guide others, because sheep need guidance, need to be led, and you may need to, you may be seeing yourself as needing to have to be the guide to others, needing to have to analyze a situation in order to guide it, or in order to lead others in a particular way, so as to bring it into some worries and fears that's around a situation for you, or a situation that may have to do with others. This could be to do with money, because we do have pentacles here, but this can be with anything that is going on in your physical material world with the pentacles here. This could be work, this could be relationships, whatever this means for you. This is how you see yourself as the Seven of Pentacles, you waiting or analyzing. But I feel like with the sheep in the background, waiting and analyzing, as it has to do with guiding or assisting others. Now, what's on your mind is the King of Swords. Now, this is what's on your mind. So what's on your mind with the King of Swords? This is the Master of his suit. This is air, mental energy. This may be you trying to be logical, trying to have clear mind. You trying to see a situation clearly. You trying to come up with a plan to try to execute a plan of action, to perhaps cut away what doesn't serve you, to perhaps bring it into any worries or fears or concerns around a situation that you're waiting around about, or analyzing, or seeing how you need to invest or put effort into for yourself or for others. Now, what also could be on your mind is you could be thinking about someone in authority connected to a legal matter. This may be possible, and if so, you may be trying to analyze the situation, or you may be trying to seek the experience of someone in authority, perhaps a lawyer, for their counsel. Or perhaps you may be trying to analyze a situation because you may find yourself dealing with someone in authority pertaining to a legal matter that you are involved in, that's causing you worries and concerns and fears that you need to address, and you may be fearing the worst about. But with the King of Swords, this is about needing to be logical, come up with a plan. This is about speaking clearly, effectively, being firm but fair, cutting away what no longer serves you. This is having high intellect. This may entail, dealing with documentation. Perhaps you're involved with some form of bureaucratic process, is what I'm hearing with this King of Swords energy. But this is what's on your mind. You may be trying to consider, because this King of Swords has the sword here, but it's kind of at rest, and he seems to be pondering, thinking, the thinking man. So your situation is the Six of Swords. Yes, you may be trying to think of a way to move away from conflict with others, or conflict that is you may be experiencing in your mind, where there are worries and fears around, or conflict with authority or legal matter, or conflict with the bureaucratic process where you're trying to figure out how to move on and have peace of mind with a situation, or cut away what no longer serves you here so you can minimize your worries and fears around that situation. Perhaps there may be a need for you to get some sort of legal advice so that you can put your mind to ease about something that right now you may not know how to um, have peace of mind for. Now, also, your situation is you may have come up with a plan, or you're coming up with a plan to minimize your worries and fears that allow you to move on from a situation and move to a more calmer state of mind, even though you may still carry those concerns with you. I feel though this may be you waiting to, or assessing, analyzing how to move on from something in your mind that you've been worried about, that you may have already been able to cut away and resolve with the King of Swords, but it's still stuck in your mind, that you still have fears and concerns for. This may be possible. Now, also, it's possible you may have concerns about travel or moving, and you may be worrying about that, worrying about whether or not you may receive communication from a King of Swords, someone embodying the King of Swords energy, concerning a move or relocation or travel, and you are waiting, expecting, looking to see if this is going to come up. And this is becoming a fear or concern, or perhaps you're trying to not allow it to become a perpetuating fear or concern in your mind. And remember, with the Nine of Swords, this could be just something you perceive and it's not even real. Now, in the recent past, Virgo, you do have the Five of Cups. So in the recent past, you experienced some sort of emotional loss, where you were crying over spilled milk due to some feeling of lack in a situation or the relationship, or to do with family, but you experienced some sort of lack. And this is in the past because you may have, though, experienced some sort of emotional lack or loss, maybe to do with the relationship, maybe to do with the situation, maybe to do with something that you were waiting on or invested in, or that you need to analyze, or you're analyzing, or that you're worried about or are fearing. You are looking to see how to recover. In the recent past, you were able to recover. You were able to salvage the situation, salvage the relationship, salvage or fix what emotional loss you experienced in the past. Where you're at right now, Virgo, is you do have the Knight of Wands. So with the Knight of Wands, this is you focused on movement. Knights bring about events. This is you focused on movement. You could be focusing on trying to move and relocate. Or this could be you focused on someone embodying the Knight of Wands energy. And if you are focusing on someone in the Knight of Wands energy, this may be someone that is just in and out of your life, back and forth. 1 minute they're there, the next minute they're not. This may be someone that is unreliable, where, you can't count on them. They say they're going to do something and they're sometimey, or they just fucking fail you, and you keep allowing that shit. And so you may be now where you're at a place of cutting them off, Okay, you may be waiting to do that or analyzing how you're going to go about doing that, or you may be thinking about how you just no longer going to invest in this motherfucker, he or she that's this Nine of Wands, because they flaky and they ain't about nothing. If that's what this is, and that's where you're at right now, it's like you realize that this is somebody that got to get cut out of your life so that you can move on from the bullshit, because they're way too much worry and problems to deal with. Or this is you looking to take action and trying to have movement in a situation, or this is you having movement in a situation through you taking action. Whether this is movement with your plans, movement in travel, movement with a move, movement with what you've been investing, working on, and trying to see a successful return in, movement with what you've been analyzing, movement in your recovery from an emotional loss through a relationship or through even a love relationship, or as it has to do with family, or whatever relationship or situation you experience some sort of emotional lack with. You're moving on from that. You're taking action to move on because you are cutting it away, or you're coming up with a logical plan, or you're seeing things clearly and you're moving on, and you're focusing on no longer trying to worry about that shit. Okay? Or you need to, because your challenge is the King of Cups. So with the King of Cups, this is the master of his suit. This is water, feelings, emotions. Now, the King of Cups being your challenge, you may have challenges with controlling your feelings and emotions in a situation. You could be having challenges in dealing with someone embodying the King of Cups energy. You may have challenges on how you are managing situation with a relationship or with a family member, or as it has to do with family. To clarify this King of Cups as your challenge, you do have the Three of Pentacles. So this may be you having challenges with working on your emotions and feelings. This may be you having challenges with working together with someone else in order to build something and have a firm foundation and have something work out. Or this is you having a challenge with just working on yourself, or working on the needs of your family, or working on your needs, or working on yourself, or you may be having challenges with work, or with whatever you're trying to build or have work out or see come together that is new, or that you're trying to do practically and go about practically. In the future, you do have the Seven of Cups. So with the Seven of Cups here in your future, you may be experiencing some sort of confusion, or you may be lacking clear judgment, or this could be wishful thinking, but this feels more like you having clouded judgment with something in the future, Virgo. You may not be seeing something clearly because your emotions are too invested in the situation. You do have two sevens here, so this may be something spiritual for you, or have some spiritual component to it. With that Seven of Cups, you do have the Eight of Wands. So this is something where, in the future you may be experiencing some sort of confusion. You may be trying to be clear on your judgment or decision. You may be trying to weigh your options. You may be trying to focus on making the right decision. But this is with you trying to move away from confusion, or this is with you perhaps experiencing confusion as a result of communication that comes in that you may receive. Along with the Wands and Seven of Cups, you do have the Emperor. So this is you perhaps trying to get control and move away from any confusion in a situation, or any confusion you may be experiencing in any options available to you, or around a decision, and needing to focus on making the right decision by taking control in a situation, by trying to manage a situation and be responsible. Okay, this is about you needing to have organization and structure. Now, it is possible that communication could come in from someone that's in authority with the Emperor, or someone that is a father figure, or someone that has some sort of power, or that you see as having some form of power. And this news or communication causes you confusion, or causes you to try to see how to move away from confusion, or to see what your options are, and to see how you can have movement or control in the situation, and to alleviate your worries and fears around a situation. Or that could be what's causing worries and worries and fears for you in your mind around a situation. And so the way that you are being seen by others is the Hanging Man. And so with this energy, it's a major arcana, water energy. You may be being seen as someone who is stuck in a situation. You may be seen as someone who is experiencing delays, or is trying to see things from a different perspective. You may be seen as someone who's trying to remain spiritually strong, or is trying to use wisdom in a situation. You may be being seen as someone who's trying to take a pause in a situation, or to be released in a situation. And so with this Hangman, you do have the Eight of Cups. So the way you're being seen is someone who is looking at something from a different perspective and moving on from what no longer serves you emotionally. This is you seeing the wisdom in the situation and moving on from what no longer serves you emotionally, Virgo, in the situation that you may have emotionally invested in, and deciding not to be stuck by the situation, and to not be a victim, or to be sacrificed, and to move on, or to make the sacrifice and move on from what no longer serves you emotionally. Now, what's going on within you, Virgo, is you do have the Page of Pentacles. So with the Page of Pentacles, this is earth energy. This may be you learning something new. This may be you implementing something new that's practical in the situation. This may be you gaining a new resource, gaining money in a situation, or looking to see what you can do, or looking to see how to go about gaining something in a situation. And with this Page of Pentacles, you do have the King of Wands. So I do feel that this is you very determined to gain in a situation, very determined to learn what you need in order to gain in a situation, or very determined to take action for whatever you need to do in a situation to have what you need happen, that is your goal, or to have the desired result here with this King of Wands energy. That is you. And so your outcome, that is also your advice, is you have the Eight of Pentacles. So with the Eight of Pentacles as your outcome, this is you working hard. This is you needing to learn all you need to learn. This is you needing to work hard for what you want, work hard for what you're trying to build and trying to create. The advice with this is that you pay attention to the details, that you don't work so hard and so busy that you miss details, or you make mistakes. And with this Eight of Pentacles, you also have the Six of Wands. If you work hard, you will have the victory and you will gain recognition in the situation. But it does require hard work. It does require paying attention to details. This may also be a new apprenticeship, a new craft that you're working hard on. But if you do the work and you make sure that you're doing it right and doing it well, you will gain the victory and the recognition here. And you will be able to achieve success, but also you will be able to resolve any challenges you may face or could be experiencing along the way around any worries or fears or concerns with that Nine of Swords energy you have here that you're looking to do away with in the week ahead, Scorpio. And so just to look a little more closely at the Seven of Pentacles, you do have the Five of Swords. So this is you trying to, with the Five of Swords mental energy, analyzing. You either are perhaps focusing on trying to diffuse a situation, to change a situation through communication or different tactics, or a different course of action in your plan, but with the goal of moving on from a situation, diffusing it, but winning, perhaps by any means necessary. You may find yourself winning at some cost to you, or you may be trying to analyze a situation where you are trying to win without a cost to you. If so, this may be you needing to walk away from the situation in order to diffuse it, or to no longer invest in the situation with this Five of Swords energy. But there is an ability for you to have victory, whatever it is that you're waiting for or that you're analyzing, that you may need to guide others or lead others, or that has to do with you being involved with others for why you are investing, or analyzing, or waiting. I hope these messages help. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.